Welcome back to this special edition of the Mustang Express. I'm your host, John Beltran. Let's recap the 2001 postseason. November 10th, 2001, Fort Morgan versus Pueblo County. In a game where the Hornets' defense was extremely tough on Dusty Quick, the Mustangs had to rely on the passing game to get on the board in the first.
Three receivers out to the right, 1st and 10 for the Pueblo County 15. Quick is in motion to the left. Keith, back to throw, looking left, here comes pressure, the pass is complete to Quick to the 12, inside moves his head, gets a tackle at the 9, across the field to the 6, Dusty's gonna score! A touchdown! What an incredible move at the 40-yard line! And Fort Morgan takes the early 6-0 lead!
7-0 on the extra point by Max Morgan, and then it was a battle of defenses as neither team could find the end zone, but it looked like Pueblo County would get into the land of no hash marks just before halftime. 1st and goal on the Mustang 1, but Fort Morgan's defense somehow was able to keep Pueblo County out of the end zone, so 7-0 was your halftime score. As the game entered the third quarter, the Mustangs turned it over on the opening kickoff, and the Hornets didn't waste this opportunity.
2nd down and 9 for Pueblo County, moving left to right at the Mustang 19-yard line, trailing 7-0. Ferry bumps into his running back, option left, and he'll pitch it the other way to Solano. Plenty of running room, 15-10, right sideline, 5 touchdowns. Oh, a beautiful play on a reverse. Pueblo County within 1 point, it's 7-6.
All of a sudden in this opening round playoff game, it was tied at 7. But as the Mustangs did all season, they didn't waste any time in answering.
Shield alone setback, 1st and 10. Keep back to pass, here comes the rush. Throwing it deep over the middle, quick wide open, touchdown, Fort Morgan! Wide open at the 2-yard line, and he sends into the end zone, and the Mustangs are back on top, it's 13-7.
The Mustang defense then began to stifle the Pueblo County offense. It was 14-7 going into the fourth quarter when the Mustangs put together a small drive but couldn't find the end zone and were looking to Max Morgan to extend the advantage.
This will be a 43-yard field goal on the right hash mark for Max Morgan. This could change the game right here. Max can make it. Off the hold of Keith. There's the snap. The kick is up. He's got enough leg. And the kick is going to be good! A 43-yard field goal from Max Morgan. Rick Goff gives Morgan a hug, and the Mustangs lead 17-7.
Pueblo County tried to mount a rally, but to no avail, as the Mustangs won the game 17-7, 29 carries, 115 yards for Dusty Quick. He had 2 touchdowns, both on the receiving end. And as for Ryan Keefe, what a job he did at quarterback in this game. 7 of 12, 114 yards, and those 2 touchdowns for Dusty Quick, making Rick Call a happy man.
We had to pick up some big yardage on 3rd down. We were able to do that. Unfortunately, there were a couple 4th down situations where we didn't do quite as well, but it was a game where, maybe we expected to win by a wider margin. I think it was mainly the fact that Pueblo County really came to play. They weren't intimidated by us or our record. They came into town and just did a great job, particularly on defense. And I was very impressed with their team speed defensively. They were a very aggressive team, and without question, that was the toughest defense that we played all year.
With that victory over the Hornets, the Mustangs improved to 11-0. November 17th, 2001, Fort Morgan at Liberty. Simply termed, this game was a shootout. The Liberty Lancers got the opening kickoff, drove down the field, only to see their place kicker Daniel Wasson miss a 37-yard field goal. 3 plays later, the Mustangs struck first.
The receiver to the outside on the left is Chris Lebstock. Heath back to pass, plenty of protection, deep over the middle. Shield is out there. Shield makes the catch to the 45, right close to the 50, in the clear to the 30. Shield the tackle pursuit of the 20. He's at the 10, 5 touchdown for the Mustangs. Holy Mahungus, 78 yards from Ryan Keith to Brett Shield, and Fort Morgan is on the board just over 4 minutes into the game.
The PAT was no good, so Fort Morgan led by a 6-0 score. In the waning moments of the first, Liberty came right back.
In motion to the right is Bryant. Back to pass is Matthijs. Matthijs setting up, wants to throw a screen to the left. Wilson wide open to the 25. Running into the 20. Inside of the 15. To the 10. Outside 5. Wilson scores. A touchdown for Liberty. A 20-yard screen pass. Tremendous blocking in the Lancers that tied the game.
And it was 7-6 Liberty after one quarter. That would prove to be the best defensive quarter of the game because in the second, Dusty Quick got involved.
Ryan Keefe under center. Will hand it off to Quick. He dives. He scores a touchdown. The Mustangs have reclaimed the lead. It is 12-7.
Make it 14-7 after Ryan Keefe found Kellen Showerman in the right corner of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Ryan Matthijs and the Lancers offense evened up matters just a little bit later.
Quick drop. Matthijs throws left corner of the end zone. Wide open. Anderson touchdown. It's a touchdown for Liberty. On another pass play, this one 15 yards away. No Mustang near him. And it's 14-13.
With the Lancers scoring at will, the Mustang offensive line knew they had to dominate, especially with Dusty Quick running so well.
From the 18-yard line, Fort Morgan on a 2nd and 1. Quick in the backfield will get the handoff. First down to the 15. Sutter steps to the 10. Across the field to the 5. Forget about it. Dusty touchdown. He slipped by 2 men and is in for a Fort Morgan score from 18 yards away. The Mustangs lead 20-14. Dusty's second touchdown of the game.
After a defensive stop, Fort Morgan was going for their 3rd touchdown of the second quarter.
First and goal from the 8. Dusty in motion to the left. Handoff Shield to the 5. He's going to dive. He's going to score. Brett Shield with a touchdown from 8 yards away as he leaped over a man at the 1-yard line. The Mustangs have extended their lead. It's 27-14.
28-14 after Max Morgan's extra point, and you figured right now the Mustangs would have all the momentum. But Liberty then went on a time-consuming drive, but the Mustangs held them to a field goal, and it was good by Daniel Wasson from 37 yards out, making it 28-17. In the late moments of the first half, the Mustangs were not content on taking that 11-point lead to the locker room. They were looking for more, but it cost them because Ryan Keefe fumbled and Liberty capitalized.
Shotgun formation for Matthijs. Back to pass. Rolling to his right. Standing at the 25. Here comes the pressure. Now he's going to flush out to the right. He'll throw across his body. Wide open. Caught. A touchdown by Daniel Wasson. Wide open in the middle of the end zone. And they have scored with 8 seconds to go before halftime.
In a very loud stadium in this Class 3A quarterfinal playoff game, it was at halftime with the Mustangs in the lead, 28-24. Fort Morgan took the second half kickoff and drove down the field, resulting in this.
The handoff to Dusty, counter to the left, back to the inside of the 11, across the field to the 10, Dusty to the 5, Dusty's going to score! Easily a touchdown for Dusty Quick, his 3rd of the day, from 14 yards away. It's Fort Morgan 34, Liberty 24.
So the Mustangs were back up by 11 after the PAT at 35-24, but back came the Lancers.
The inside handoff to Wilson, first down to the 20, grabbing him around to the 10 to the 5, a touchdown! He got away from John Nickel, who had him by the jersey at the 15. Brandon Wilson from 21 yards away, and Liberty is right back in the game. It's 35-30.
On Fort Morgan's next possession in the third quarter, Ryan Keefe was stripped of the football on an excellent defensive play by the Lancers, setting them up at the Mustang 7, and shortly thereafter, this happened.
3rd and goal from inside the 1. Matthijs hands it off to Wilson. Touchdown, Liberty. They have scored with 2 seconds to go in the third quarter and have retaken the lead, 36-35.
So for only the second time all year, the Mustangs entered the fourth quarter trailing in a game as Liberty led 38-35. But the determined Mustangs were ready to find the end zone once again.
2nd and goal for the 1. Keefe will hand it off to Dusty, right side. He dives, he scores. A Fort Morgan touchdown for Dusty Quick. The Mustangs have reclaimed the advantage. It's 41-38 with 9:34 to go in the game.
Liberty then went on a clutch drive, picking up key third down conversion after third down conversion. And eventually,
Action and I. Spencer is in motion to the left. The handoff to Wilson up the middle. Touchdown for Liberty. From 2 yards away, Wilson with his fourth touchdown of the game. The Lancers are back in the lead at 44-41.
so this was it for the Mustangs. Their season on the line, trailing 45-41, taking the kickoff to the 26-yard line. 74 yards to go to get into the end zone. Dusty Quick picked up a key fourth down conversion in Liberty territory, and it took 12 plays to get the Mustangs to the 14-yard line.
First and 10 for the 14. The Baxton and I. Keep will hand it off to Quick. Right counter to the 10. Touchdown to the 5. Still in the feet. Touchdown, Fort Morgan. Touchdown for the Mustangs. They have reclaimed the lead. Fort Morgan 47, Liberty 45. A flag is down. That's a late hit against the Lancers in the end zone.
49-45 after the two-point conversion run in by Dusty Quick. Liberty ran 4 more plays, 2 short passes that were complete, a long incompletion, and then Josh Gustafson sealed the victory with a sack at the 15-yard line, and the Mustangs escaped with a 4-point victory. And Coach Call must have been really tired after this one.
I couldn't have been more pleased with our kids. I think they only made one stop on us, and that was when we had to punt in the first quarter. And I do think that we were only able to stop them a couple times, and maybe that was in the first quarter too. So it seemed like after that first quarter, both teams moved the ball well, and like I say, I couldn't have been more pleased with the way our kids played offensively. We were really determined, and when we got in that situation in the fourth quarter when we had to drive 80-some yards for that touchdown, our kids were focused. They concentrated. I don't think that they got nervous at all. I think in their hearts they knew that they were going to do it and get the job done, and they did.
Dusty Quick, 39 carries, 326 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Ryan Keefe, despite fumbling twice, 6 out of 8 through the air, 127 yards in this 49-45 Class 3A quarterfinal playoff victory.